but they say in later in the film, Nolan says, "Oh, it's left a girl maimed for life."
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wasn't
okay.
a very long life after that part.
I'm surprised she survived, but also missing a leg. I think maimed for life and missing a leg. I would describe that differently. Like maimed for life could be like a scar on your cheek. She's missing a leg. Like,
Yes.
It's a little more than anyway.
I mean, she's still got the face.
It's
Bo
true.
Derek.
She still looks like Bo Derek.
She's a 10.
Absolutely. And this is her number one. This is her first one. Did she? How many films did she make?
I don't know.
If she made 10, that would be fantastic. That would be.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? But no, I
One,
don't
two,
think it's
three.
quite that simple. 46 film credits.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they're not films. Some of them are TV.
According to Wikipedia, it's 18. So she did.
What am I? It says actress, 46 credits. Oh, some of them are shorts, and okay, that's why.
Yeah. Okay.
TV movies like
40
Sharknado.
episodes of Fashion House, whatever that is.
I do not know.
Murder at
10
the
was
Cannes
her
Film
second
Festival.
film. Yes.
Okay.
She appears as herself in quite a few of these things, actually. That may be why.
Fair enough.
Not too shabby. You know,
No.
your second movie is really the one you need to be in, and then you just play yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Is she famous for being an actress, or has she got other strings to her bow that I'm not aware of?
No, I believe it's just because of 10.
Okay.
I
Fair play.
really do think it's just because of that film.
Fair play. Okay. So yeah, she loses a leg, and then that's Annie's out of the film. She's done.
Mm-hmm.
We never see her again. She is otherwise engaged. So then
Yes.
this is where Nolan then screams at the sea, at the vengeful son of a that is the whale. Great.
I just like the
I'll fight you.
I will come to you.
You want revenge? I'll fight you.
This never-ending epic battle.
And after eating Annie's leg, the whale does some more victorious leaping as well.
Oh, of course.
It's this one move. It's going to do all the time.
It's a very good move. You go with your strengths.
Yeah. So Nolan realizes what he has to do. It's not going to end until he ends it. So he sets out the next day with Rachel, Paul, Umalak, and Ken, the returning Robert Carradine, who I'd forgotten was in this film.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, who's this guy? Some random guy's going to come. He's probably going to die first.
Yes.
But yeah, it's Ken from the EJ who fell in the water in the opening scene.
Mm-hmm. We need additional crew members to make this more dramatic.
We need fodder. And some
We
sharks,
need chum in
some
the
whale
water.
bait.
There it is.
Yeah, and the whole town is out to watch them go, standing on the shore like some big cult ritual. And I just love the grim, like Nolan's out on deck. It's kind of wet weather. He's got a hood up. He just looks like the Grim Reaper.
Yes, he does.
The prow of the ship, the boat. And he'd look like Richard Harris, not afraid to look awful.
Ever.
In this film.
Right.
In the entire, he's got a terrible haircut. He's normally
Grizzled.
wearing a hat, but he's got like this kind of lank blonde hair that's a little bit too long, but also receding. And he's not shying away from any of it.
He's got to own that.
And then as the climax goes on, he looks worse and worse. He's like, they're out at sea for months, maybe. This looks terrible.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
He doesn't sleep in any of that time.
Nope.
It's just, yeah. So I do appreciate. It's like, I'm not a fan of the Venom films, but I appreciate how terrible Tom Hardy looks in them.
Yes.
So
Those are fun films.
So they head out. The whale is leading them north. The whale has another plan.
Yes.
It's leading them away from the town.
Yes.
And it's leading them into the ice.
Yes.
And they don't all make it there.
The doctor and his creation out into the ice.
Absolutely. So yeah, Ken, Rachel's assistant, is the first to die. He's just kind of plucked off the side of the boat unceremoniously one day. No, it just kind of happens. No one really cares about it. And then he's gone.
Yep.
There's not.
Oops.
No one's sad.
We've lost him.
Just not around anymore.
Nope. Got to follow the whale.
And the whale is literally leading them on. It kind of keeps waving its tail at them and beckoning them on with its fins.
It's like it's flipping them off. I love the tail flips.
I was like, come on, this way. Can't catch me. Hey, this is where it becomes a completely different film. This is like
Yes.
a Apocalypse Now kind of thing.
Seriously. In the ice.
Yes.
There's no humidity here.
It's just heading out. Who knows where.
You'll have Nolan coming up out of the water. He'll just have icicles hanging off his hair instead of the mud.
Yeah. And yeah, so it leads them into the ice, and tensions. It's unclear how long they're out for, but it's enough for everyone to kind of get at each other's throats a little bit. And for like Paul and Uberlak to kind of semi-mutiny.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Which they want to turn back.
Yeah, they want to turn back, but Nolan doesn't want to. And then he's told to like go and have a nap, mate. You've been awake for a year. And
You're getting a little cranky.
the second he steps inside, Paul dies.
Yes.
Like the second he turns around, Paul is up on the lifeboat trying to figure out, and yeah, he's gone.
Yep.
I could have done with a title card just saying like 3 months later or something. Just
something like that.
Some
but no.
sense of time.
It had been at least 5 minutes since someone was killed.
Yes.
So we needed to make sure that, Rachel saw this, and you get that perfect female generalized panic of the no and the head shaking. And yes. Because this is what women do when we get distraught. It's a lot of head shaking and like mouth covering.
And it's a shame because like at the start of the film it was like, oh my god, it's a woman diver. Mm-hmm. Women can do these things. Mm-hmm. But then at the end of the film it was like, oh, but they can't like take it. They can't watch. No.
They can't take the gore, and they are essentially body heaters.
Yes.
She is the source of heat. Come here, I'll warm you. It's like, excuse me?
I beg your pardon.
It's Titanic? What are we seeing here? Not to mention the icebergs, but hey, that's something else.
Handprint and the condensation on the window.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Can you imagine with Richard Harris? I'd like to see the whale tail print on the thing. Like, they're getting it on, and the whale's like, hey, remember me?
Wait, is the whale's whole plan to get rid of Richard Harris so he can then get it off with Rachel? Replacing his missing mate with Charlotte Rampling?
Oh, God.
He could do worse. Maybe he was trying to drag Bo Derek down. He wasn't trying to chop off Bo Derek's leg.
That was it. See?
He was trying to delicately pull her down by the cast, but
I mean, this is before, swiping left, so he just like took her left leg.
Is this right? Oh, no. Oh dear. So yes, Paul is taken out. Rachel is traumatized, and then they kind of keep on going into the Arctic, into the ice, and they stop when the whale pushes a small iceberg into them. Mm-hmm. Great.
Needs to come up for air sometime.
Yep. And in kind of doing this, Umalak does mutiny again, pulls a gun on Nolan. They kind of resolve this, but in the process, Umalak gets crushed by some falling ice.
Yes.
And not killed by a whale, which was disappointing in a killer whale film.
I mean, what a waste. Did they think that people who saw a killer whale movie would not want frequent death by killer whale?
I mean, I did.
That's felt cheated.
Wanted. Yeah, it's just falling ice, no body. Mm-hmm. But Nolan gets a really great spear throw into the whale.
Yes.
Which water clouds with blood. But he decides he wants to have a fair fight with an orca in the sea.
Yes.
I cannot see how because he like throws his weapons down. I want it to be a fair fight. Like, no, this isn't
right.
Nothing is fair. It's
eyeing a very sharp and shiny harpoon. So I guess that's what makes it fair. I don't know. I don't know if the whale is going to throw something at him.
Maybe. Well, the whale throws him.
This is true.
So the when the boat runs aground into the ice, they have to like hop off, and they're running across this thin sheet of ice. The whale keeps popping up every now and then. Nolan gets separated on his own little ice floe, falls in the water, and then we get our climax, which is he's kind of treading water, bobbing around as the whale just circles around him, showing dominance.
Mm-hmm. Very intense scene.
And then just kind of beats him around with its fins a little bit and chucks him at the ice and kills him on impact.
Yes.
It's a little bit anticlimactic.
Yes, slides down and is just kind of there. It's like, oh, floats off into the water, sinks.
Yeah, and
That's
then
it.
Rachel survives.
Yep.
You
get the helicopter coming in.
Yeah, and
that's it.
The orca swims away. I kind of read somewhere that the fact that the orca is like under the ice, we should read into that like the orca's gonna die as well. I don't really buy that.
Yeah, because you have this like little swimming thing as it's leaving, and so no, I get the impression it's I don't know, going home or gonna find a new mate or something. You don't get the impression that this orca is gonna die.
It's on for the sequel. Yeah,
I'm telling you. Last Orca.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the film.
That's it. Classic, classy film.
I mean, I liked it, but I do just find it odd that the hero of the film is the orca.
Yes.
There's no other way of reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
this is for people who watched Jaws and went, you know what would be great if the shark won. This is for people like me. This is why I like this film, because the villain never gets away with it. And here's a film where you're cheering for the monster, because people are terrible.
Agreed. So did we skip anything? Anything you want to talk about? A bit
No,
more about Orca?
I think we got all of it.
Okay.
I mean, I've covered all of my little notes.
Yeah, same. So, we need to know, how is it like Deep Blue Sea?
How deep, how blue?
Well, firstly, any comparisons with the film? So I have a list of how this film is like Deep Blue Sea.
I would love to hear it.
The shark at the start they claim is 25 feet long,
mm-hmm.
which is roughly the same size as the shark in Deep Blue Sea.
Fantastic.
He uses a spear gun, pretty much the same one that Carter uses. The main animal is intelligent. They discuss its brain power. They say about the orca's brain power, it exists. Which, okay, that seems mean about every other animal. But there's a presentation about science by a posh, stern British lady.
That's true.
There's a waterside angry conversation between the lead male and female near love interest.
Oh.
He misses when Nolan shoots the orca. He misses what he's aiming for and
mm-hmm.
spears a different creature, just like
mm-hmm.
when Preacher tries to shoot the shark and hits Carter instead.
Of course. 1-to-1 parallel. It's almost identical.
Yeah, a large animal bursts through the bottom of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Opening Deep Sea. There's a preacher character. There's a reverend. He goes to a church at one point to talk about Novak's funeral. Leaves some money to the fisherman's fund. There is the death of a pregnant character. The female orca is pregnant and dies. And in a deleted scene in Deep Sea, Janice reveals she is pregnant.
Deep cut.
Yeah. We covered the deleted scene.
I love it.
There's a big fiery explosion in which a boat is also set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
The whale sets a trap. The whole Deep Sea is traps set by sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Will Sampson's character is killed by an avalanche, falling
mm-hmm.
rocks, just like Sam Jackson talks about in his story.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
The posh, stern British lady comes around to shooting the animal that she liked beforehand. There is a song over the credits, although it is much worse. Much, much worse than Deepest Bluest, the song on these credits. Terrible song. And at the end with a survivor stranded in the middle of nowhere with a rescue vehicle approaching. There's a helicopter approaching. She's coming, so quite a few. But that's not important. What's important is how deep and how blue is this film.
Yes.
That's what we're here for. So, Lisa, as I'm sure you know, Deep Blue Sea is approximately 47.5 feet deep and 31% blue. How do you think Orca stacks up? Do you think it's deeper and or bluer?
Let's see. I think it's bluer. I don't know if it's necessarily deeper because we don't really get down much. There's really only the early scenes where that actually happens.
You are correct on both counts.
Yay!
It is. I mean, there's a few shots of the whale swimming around and the shark swimming around and the diver, but mm-hmm. there's not a lot going on there. It's mainly surface level or up on land. So It actually works out at being about half a foot up in the air once you take all the average. So about 20 centimeters. And in terms of blueness, it is 43.35% blue.
Wow.
So quite blue. This is one of the
blue.
One of the bluer films. This is in the same ballpark as all of the Jaws sequels.
Oh,
because they're like 44, 45% blue.
A worthy contender.